good morning, or good afternoon, or maybe even good evening, depending on where you're dialing in from. I am Yvonne from Colorado, and today is Tuesday, June 27th. I want to welcome you all to the Winner Within Coaching Call, brought to you by the Unit of Prosperity. We host these personal development calls Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern for the benefit of entrepreneurs and marketers everywhere. So you can feel free to invite your teams, no matter which company you represent, for some daily motivation and inspiration. Now, just in case you've never been on a Tuesday call, let me introduce our coach to you. He is a visionary, strategist, and entrepreneur. He is an energetic, highly impactful speaker and a fierce motivator. Utilizing his passion, he likes to take an aggressive approach to personal development by challenging what people see as the norm. His story is a remarkable one. From a very young age, he has had an entrepreneurial spirit, but lacked the guidance of positive role models to hone his abilities. Even though he faced many pitfalls and major challenges along the way, with faith, will, determination, and perseverance, he was able to reach his goals of becoming a successful entrepreneur. He has an affinity for community outreach and volunteerism. He has served in many leadership capacities over the years and is currently a member of the board of directors for both the United Negro College Fund and Sister Cities in Jacksonville, Florida. His vision is to motivate and teach others the power of effectively utilizing knowledge, resources, and network ability to obtain definitive goals and reach their greatness. So please grab something to write with, take some notes. His topic for the day is run. It is my pleasure to bring to the call Dr. Adrian Gentry. Dr. Gentry, are you ready?
I am ready. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for introducing me yet again.
You are so welcome.
I first like to say thanks everyone for getting on the call. It's an honor to be able to even speak in front of you. First two things, I'm not going to be on the call for you long. One, I get kind of hyper when I speak. Don't take it personal. Don't think I'm sick over here. It's just I get passionate about when I speak. Second, every time I speak, you're going to hear the God in me. It's going to come out. So if that offends you, I'm sorry in person up front. I like to kind of start every call like with a story, kind of to drive home a point. This one's kind of a funny one, and it goes kind of like this. Steve and Mark were both camping when a bear suddenly jumped out and began growling. Right? Steve started putting his tennis shoes on. Mark looked over to him real quick, and he said, "What are you doing? You can't outrun a bear." Steve says, "I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you." Mark is much like most of the world today. They question the process instead of running after their dreams. They make excuses. They think about all the things that could possibly go wrong before they ever decide to make a decision to get up and begin to run. They shrink. They believe that their past, their age, their education plays a role in their dreams. And we sit back and we wait for the perfect situation. We question the process. This is a time and a season of the largest wealth transfer that's ever taken place in history. This is a time and a season that you can literally retire at 30 years old. You have to stop looking at what the rest of the world has told you cannot do in this time and season. There are multimillionaires that haven't even hit the age of 21. The other day I was looking at a broadcast. It was a young boy, 17 years old, had built his first tech company when he was 13 and was able to retire. Years ago, I sat back and I listened to Ephraim Taylor, the young African-American CEO of a publicly traded company. He was 28 at the time. He was able to retire by the time he was 19. You can no longer make excuses in today's day and age that you do not have the information, nor do you have the resources to go after whatever you want. When I was younger, I used to play sports. My favorite sport was football. And I kind of played Iron Man ball growing up. If anybody knows football, Iron Man is you don't get off the field for nothing. On defense, I played linebacker, middle linebacker. On offense, I played fullback. And in those two roles, you can't have fear at all. You can't think about the size of your the opposition. You can't think about the size of your opponent. When it's when it's 2 yards left on fourth down, the coach used to put me in. And the coach would say at that time, "Adrian, I need you to get these 2 yards." And I would say, "Coach, I got you. I got you, coach." 2 yards to gain. I couldn't think about how big other people were. I couldn't think about the size of my opponent. I could not think about anything else but putting my head down and running. And I'm going to tell you guys the exact same thing today. It's time to put your head down and run. Some people on this call right now, they want to live a better life. They're sitting on the sidelines and they're watching other people live their dreams. This is not the time to think about how much education you have. This is not the time to think about what your father did to you, your mother did to you. This is not the time to think about your age. Now is the time to begin to run. If you want to hit the next milestone in your life, you have to make a decision. How fast and how bad do you want it? Do you want to stay stuck in the same position that you're in right now for the rest of your life? Because every year we jump up and down and say, this is going to be my year. But we sit back and look at the opposition in front of us. We make up problems that haven't even happened yet. We're looking for the perfect timing to get up and live our dreams. There is no perfect timing. You are already predestined for greatness. God created you and he did not mess up when he did that. He told you he would give you the desires of your heart, and you have to believe that in every shape, form, or fashion. You have to believe that no matter what, you will win. Success is a mental game. It has nothing to do with exterior forces. It has to do with what's inside of you already. You were built strong. You were built powerful. You have to believe that. You cannot be stopped. You have to believe that. You have to believe that there's an unstoppable force inside of you that's going to take you to the next level, no matter what opposition may stand in front of you. It's time to live your dreams. This is your season. You have to run for your life. This is your season. You have to run for your dreams. Don't get slaughtered by the bear by overthinking the process. If you run as hard as you can, if you leave it on the field, this is what my coach used to tell me all the time, Adrian, if you leave it on the field, you will have no regrets at all. There was a study done at Harvard years ago. People in their 90s on their deathbed, and they say, hey, if you could do it all over again, what would you do? There was two things that they said. One, I would have loved more. Two, I would have taken more risks. That's crazy that people can get to the end of their life and the first thing they think about is, I wish I would have taken more risks. In our 20s, we're afraid of taking risks. In our 30s, we're afraid of taking risks. But when you lay on your deathbed, the last thing that you should have in your mind is, I wish I would have taken more risks. It's time to leave it all on the field. It's time to get up. It's time to run. No one is going to run your race for you. Stop waiting for the perfect timing. Stop waiting for the perfect way to get it done. Put your head down and run. Light a fire under your own butt. Don't let the bear get you. Go after the bear. Everyone on this call is amazing. Everyone on this call came on for some sort of motivation. I don't have to tell you what's already inside of you. You know the excuses that you're making on a daily basis. You know the things that have been holding you back, and you have to identify that and be completely honest with yourself, what's stopping you from running. Is it TV? What is it? Is it fear? Because we have to be honest with ourselves. And once you've identified those very things that are stopping you from reaching your goals, you have to make a decision, because it's in every moment that we live. It's not the ones in the past. It's not the ones in the future. It's what we decide to do today. So it's time to strap on your shoes, lay down your fears, and run. Each one of you are amazing. Each one of you are great. Not because I'm saying so, but because God did. Have a fantastic day.